What is going on, guys? Judo Sloth here and welcome to today's Clash of Clans video. Town Hall 12, Lavaloon or Electro Dragons. Which one is best? We're going to discuss that in today's video, show you replays using both of these strategies, and basically give you my take on these Town Hall 12 attacks. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Initially here we have the elf coming in with his very impressive Lavaloon against a very upgraded Town Hall 12. Now, when Town Hall 12 first came out, all I tended to see was the Lavaloon or the Electro Dragon Attacks. They're still pretty dominant, but I will say that we are starting to see a lot more variety. And I mean a lot more variety. We're seeing a lot more Hog Riders, a lot more Boar Witch, even the Miners coming in. Make sure to let me know down in the comments what you are tending to see and what you think the best attack strategy is. That's all because more people are now upgrading their troops. Town Hall 12's had a little bit of time, and as the troops get upgraded, we'll obviously see more variety coming in. But again, we're focusing on Lavaloon and Electro Dragons in today's video. Just check out the fantastic use of spells and the Grand Warden's ability down here in this very thick area of defenses. So many Teslas. That Grand Warden's ability was so clutch by the elf, coupled with the rage spell as well into that area, just took down all of them defenses so efficiently. And moving on to the back end here, he's really done a good job with the Lavaloon attack, and that really brings me on to what we were saying earlier in terms of which strategy is better. You guys have seen on my channel, I 100%, if you want to know which one is the strongest, I would put my money on the Lavaloon. However, it takes a lot more skill. It really depends on what you guys have as a previous experience and how you confidently feel with the Lavaloon. It's a strategy that takes place at Town Hall 9. The Electro Dragons have only just came into play. We've been using Lavaloon for absolutely years, really. So if you are skilled at Lavaloon, I would say that is going to be the best attack strategy for you. Myself, I struggle with it. I am going to show you my attack using the Electro Dragons a little bit later in the video here, but it is a little bit more user friendly. You can come in with your traditional kill squad and then kind of swoop around the base with that Mass Electro Dragon attack. It's not as surgical as the Lavaloon, so it all depends on what you are really used to. The Electro Dragons, I think, as well require a little bit more base recognition, shall we say. There's certain bases that you will struggle a lot more with, whereas I feel the Lavaloon is a bit more varied. You can take out a wide variety of base layouts. Check out this one. Hoonigan, we have to say, he got a 6-pack in this war, and it was whilst we were live yesterday as well. He's actually on trial right now at Red Elite. If you do want to join us, obviously you can join my Discord server and all of the links you need are in there. But we'll show you his next attack using the Hog Riders as well. Brilliant stuff. But this is a completely different base to that first one, and still able to Lavaloon it with that kill squad coming in, gets the value, but also takes out that section of the base. So we know we can circle around the base. Now he has to leave his balloons somewhat exposed as the Lava Hounds fly across the base, trying to defend against Lavaloon in this one, but really it's a case of using them spells in the areas where the balloons are most vulnerable. For example, down in the south there, no Lava Hounds are covering that area, so the spells are very much needed in order to keep the balloons alive. So again, the balloons and the Lava Hound method are definitely stronger against a variety of bases, I would say. Again, let me know your opinion down in the comments section, but I think if you're going for pure power and you have the skill to do it, Lavaloon will be your best friend. However, if you're just new and you're wanting to test out the Electro Dragons, I shouldn't say just new, you're a Town Hall 12. What I meant was, if you're new to the Lavaloon method, you're new to the Electro Dragons, you want to take out bases with that kind of attack, the base meta hasn't quite caught up yet. You can see this one was actually trying to defend against it. All of them big open spaces, we can't chain through it. However, if you have them bases where they're still a bit clumped, you should be able to use your Electro Dragons quite effectively. What we're going to do is digress a little bit here and show you Hoonigan's second attack using the Hog Riders. Again, a lot more variety starting to come in. Then we'll move on to the Electro Dragons. We'll explain my attack, followed by a 3-star attack higher up as well. My attack didn't quite come to plan. I got a 97% 2-star, but we'll explain why that happened. And honestly, it still gets to show you the kill squad and how the Electro Dragon attack works. So coming in for this one, he's basically, again, setting up that funnel and coming in with a kill squad in order to set up the Hog Rider attack. Now, the Hog Riders, they are very good at Town Hall 12, but you need to be most careful. And with the miners, like I said, I'm seeing that coming in as well. With the max level Giga Tesla, you can see this one is max level, out pops that Giga Tesla. But really, it's what's underneath that does the damage. It will take out Hog Riders, no problem, straight away. So as you can see there, the Grand Warden's ability actually helps the ballers through it take that down. If you're coming in with Hog Riders, you have to be able to take out that Giga Tesla first. There's no question, really. You might not even bring the siege machine in at that point. You can see he used it in this case, but didn't get as much value from it. You might actually use the siege machine in an area where the Hog Riders are in danger on the back end. That's just another thing to think about, guys. Coming in with a traditional kill squad, you can see as the Hog Riders come in here, perhaps the siege machine from this area just to tank for some of them defenses first, and then release Hog Riders from within the siege machine might have been a good option. But either way, brilliant attack here. Does take damage to a few giant bombs. Now, when we were watching this live, I thought with 4 heal spells remaining, I would have put a heal spell in there. But Hoonigan, who, like I said, he's on trial here at Red Elite. When you apply, you basically need to do 3 wars with us in order to have your trial. Wanting to swag a spell here, basically 2 heal spells in that area next to the Wizard Tower's potential for giant bombs, and getting to the back end of it. He was so efficient with that kill squad. The Queen is still alive, uses a heal spell just because that giant bomb had gone off. Hog Riders were a bit weak with all of them skeletons as well, but in the end able to swag a heal in the middle as well. Again, I'm seeing a lot more Hog Riders. I'd say if there's a third attack strategy at Town Hall 12 in terms of efficiency, the Hog Riders is probably it, because it works similar to the Lavaloon in terms of setting up that kill squad. So let's show you my second attack. This is using the Electro Dragons. Now, why did I pick it? I thought I could have a massive kill squad here down in the south, take out the Eagle Artillery, all of the heroes, the CC, and even 2 of them air defense. You can see how then I just have to swoop around the base. Now, I will talk about why I came in where I did with the Electro Dragons once we get to that stage, but there was a lot of defenses here, so I took 2 golems in order to tank, because basically we needed our wall wrecker to get into this compartment with the Eagle Artillery. That's because the enemy Queen was very effectively placed past that, so we needed our troops into that area. And we needed to make sure the wall wrecker had enough tankage to get through there. There was a lot of point defense down here, and as you can see, it was just about enough. The 2 golems was very wisely chose. I would have liked my Grand Warden to be a little bit higher up at this point. I'd have probably pressed that ability straight away there once the ballers came out, and that would have just ensured that more of them were kept alive during this point. However, I didn't have the liberty to be able to do that, had to wait, but you can see that entire section we wanted is down. I then come with the Electro Dragons from the right hand side here. Now that's because there's an air defense straight away, I can take that down, but look at how easily I can chain onto that single target Inferno as well, very efficiently. If that had came from the other side, it's not as easy to chain onto the single Inferno, and I would have struggled to chain onto this one from the other side. I hope that makes sense. Now, 2 of the mistakes have already been made. My rage spells, I keep doing this with the Electro Dragons. Let me know if you struggle as well. But for some reason, because they're so slow, I'm that used to trying to lead with the rage spells that I actually miss the Electro Dragons. I place it too far in front of them. I need to know when I'm using the Electro Dragons to hold back a bit. Now that rage spell could have been saved. It looks like it was a miss, but actually it helped the dragons initially. I think the first 2 rage spells could have been placed better, and I could have saved a spell for this back end. I only have 2 free spells left. They are obviously for that single target Inferno. I wasn't going to use it on that one Electro Dragon. Again, could have been more efficient, maybe brought in extra wizard or saved a wizard for the top there so the Electro Dragons didn't have to digress up there. But you can see the Expo starts locking onto one of the Electro Dragons. I used the free spell early to try and save it, but it doesn't quite work out. Then I wait whilst the Inferno locks on a little bit to this Electro Dragon and then use the second one. But unfortunately, due to that big bomb, it's actually not going to be enough. We chain through this, but we run out of time. I've no doubt that we had the strength to get through the base there. Just run out of time really because of my efficiency of spells. Could have definitely been used better, and that would have resulted in the 3 stars. Any other feedback that you have, be sure to let me know down in the comments. I thought my kill squad worked brilliantly. It was just the rage spells that let me down essentially. But here we are with Turd Sniff coming in for his Electro Dragon 3-star attack. This is the final one of this video, guys, and again it really just shows the power of the Electro Dragons. If nothing else, they can still be used. Level 2 here, he is a Town Hall 12, but he really only has his Queen, which is level 53. Nothing else essentially. The Electro Dragon's still only level 2. What you need is to set that funnel and get them pressing through the base in one big group. He has a couple of them go down to the kind of right hand side of your screen there, just taking out the defenses in that area and more the trash buildings, but he basically needs to focus on the group in the middle. That's where all the damage is, that's where the Grand Warden's ability was used, that's where the rage spell was used. Let me know if you would have used the Grand Warden on my attack with the Electro Dragons. Perhaps that would have been better to use with them instead of the kill squad. Not too sure whether I would have took all of that value out if I didn't have the Grand Warden there. But again, once he has prioritized the center of the base here, he really can just allow the Electro Dragons to do their thing. Doesn't need too many spells for the back end. This is where the power comes in. Look at that chain coming through these Teslas. Tesla farm, it's all together. Boom, boom, boom. They all start to go down super, super quick. Really isn't a problem for the Electro Dragons there. Look at how effective they can take down the defenses. That's where they still are effective, especially when the bases haven't quite caught up. And honestly, I'm not sure how much they can catch up. You can only really prioritize your main defenses. The Inferno's difficult to get to, things like that. You're going to have to leave an area of the base where it is indeed vulnerable to Electro Dragons. So there you are, guys. I think personally, the Lavaloon is the strongest if you have the skill, if you've practiced it. If not, maybe start, much like myself. But the Electro Dragons are a little bit more user-friendly, I would say, but definitely not as usable on as many bases. That is going to wrap it up for this one. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section, but I've been your host, Judo Sloth, and until next time, peace out.